everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well and everything is great in life. So actually a couple of weeks ago I saw this tag. It's actually a really old tag, but it's called the figure skating tag, and I have been a synchronized skater for a while now, and I did start off as a figure skater, but I thought I'm going to do a similar one. I don't know if I'm going to call this a tag or not, but it's going to be based on the synchronized skating part of my life. And I have added a few more questions that I think is going to be very interesting for you guys to hear. So synchronized skating is a very, very small sport. Not many people know about it, but I feel like why not try to spread the knowledge of synchronized skating? And I'm going to actually include real footage, videos, photos, and all sort of fails in this video, so you get to know a little bit more about it and, you know, get a little bit more of a real feel for it. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the questions. The first question is, what level are you in? I'm on the senior level and I'm also on the elite level. The second question is, favorite element formation to perform? For me, it's always going to be creative. It is what it sounds like, is a place where you get to be super creative. You get to do whatever you want basically. So you can include lifts, step sequences, pirouettes, jumps, I don't know, everything you want. I love to end all the programs in a creative because it gives you a very strong conclusion of the program. And I don't know really exactly how to explain it more, but I'm going to show you a video. And this is the creative we did 2 years ago, and this is what we have during that year. So enjoy! So if you can see in this video, I'm going to show here maybe, but if you can see in the video, we have 4 people in the very front of the camera that is doing the butterfly, and that's actually me. And then we have 4 people that comes in doing the split. We have 2 groups that is back. They do a lift and then they flip over the girl in the air. Have also 2 people that comes in, they're doing the axle in the back, and they do a wheel together. And then we also have a person that does the spiral, the death spiral. And it is crazy and it's so good. It's actually my favorite creative ever created. The second formation I actually really love to do and execute is actually called the death spiral. And it is actually so much fun and it's so cool when it's completely synchronized. The third question is, hardest element to execute? For me personally, it's definitely angle. That's an intersection. Most of the intersections are really hard, but an angle is horrible. Why it's so hard is because when 2 lines are skating directly towards each other, you don't see where you have to pass through, because we have, like, you know, we have decided, okay, I'm gonna pass through these 2 people, and you can't see them until like the last 2 seconds. And it's actually a really high risk for where the blades actually just get stuck with each other with the other person and you fall. I actually did a really bad fall last year and I hit my head. As I said, you don't see where you are supposed to pass, and not only that, if someone, you know, hesitates or do something a little bit wrong, it's such a high risk to fall and hurt yourself. Next question is, how long have you been skating? So I started skating when I was 5, but I was a figure skater. Then I was introduced to synchronized skating when I was 6. I loved it and I've been stuck with it basically until today. Have you ever considered quitting? I actually did quit 1 year, and the reason for that was because 2015 was a really hard year for me. It was a lot of things happening at the same time and I needed a break, and I actually did want to quit. So I did quit, but I did regret it a lot. And then the year later, when I was working at this figure skating camp, which I do basically every year, my old team, Team Spirit, we always skate there the 4th week as a part of the, you know, as part of our seasonal training. All my old teammates, they were like, please come and skate with us. We are down with skaters. People had quit and we really do need one more good skater, at least one more good skater. I remember I really didn't want to go, but they pushed me. They're like, come on, just one training. So I did, you know, put on my skate and got on the ice, and I have forgotten how much I really loved it. And my coach was like, of course you're gonna start right now. Why not? Come on, join the team. So I did. I ended up joining the team because I just loved it so much. So, but I did have a pause or a gap year. Okay, next question is, what is the worst injury you had so far? Ooh. I've had some bad injuries, but I think the worst injury I've ever had was when I was 8 or, whoa, what happened with the sun? Wow, I can't see, guys. As I said, the worst injury I've had so far, I believe when I was 8 or 9 years old. I don't even remember what we did, but I think it was during the warm-ups and we were doing some step sequence. I fell and I glided right into the barrier with my head first. And my coach was like, okay, you hit your head pretty bad. Let's get off the ice and let you sit here and just rest. I remember I walked off the ice, I had my right hand up on my head, and I was just thinking, ow. I was in such a shock that I didn't really register how much it hurt. But after a while, I just felt how warm my hand became, and I was like, what? And I looked at it, and my blue glove was covered with blood. It was really, really bad. And the reason for that was because I was wearing a diadem. It had spikes on them. And a few of the spikes I actually impaled my head, and that is the reason why I started to bleed so much. So my coach, she skated, to the other side of the ice rink where all our parents sat, and she just shouted, okay, go and grab every single toilet paper you have because she's bleeding on the other side. So people ran and got paper, and we were really lucky because one of the parents were actually a nurse, so she helped me a lot. But I remember she actually took her baby clothes that was pink and they turned into red because I was bleeding so much. And I remember I have to go to the emergency room. It wasn't so bad that they have to, stitch it up. Instead, I had to glue my head together, which sounds really bad. It's actually a point here somewhere where I can't grow any hair. And the reason was because of that injury during that time, but it was pretty bad. So yeah, I think that's the worst injury I've ever had, and I remember I just lost a lot of blood. What is your greatest achievement so far? The greatest achievement is definitely just competing in the Junior World Championship is amazing, and to be to have competed it 5 times already at this age is insane and really, really nice and really cool actually. But I think the greatest achievement also is winning the national. I've won it twice now, and I did it this year actually, so we're actually Sweden's best teams so far. Your dream goal. Okay, the thing is that when it comes to my dream goal, it is definitely competing in the Olympics, but it is so sad because synchronized skating is not part of the Olympics yet. We have worked really hard to make it a part of the Olympics, but it is not going the way we want it to go. We really cross our fingers for it to become part of the Olympics 2022 in Beijing, which I really wanted because I have families and relatives in Beijing and they've never ever seen me skate ever, because they've actually never been to Sweden at all, but they've never seen me skate and skate in a team. So I thought it would be really fun if the Olympics were in Beijing and they could actually come and see me, but it's not going to happen unfortunately, which is really, really sad. But if it was a part of the Olympics, that would be my dream to, skate in the Olympics. How much do you skate in a week? So the thing is that I am not an active skater right now, and the reason is because I'm too old to skate in the junior class and in my old team, which is really sad because I love them. And right now aren't any senior teams that I feel like I'm interested in. And yes, and also because the best Swedish team have actually, quit and they're not competing anymore, which is really sad. So I'm not really active in it anymore. I really hope that something will happen, hopefully in the future. But when I was training with my junior team, which was actually just a few months ago, we were with each other like 15 hours per week. And it could be everything from off ice, workouts, fitness, on ice, mental discussions, video analyzing. And as I said, it was 15 hours per week. And then everybody had to skate 1 hour extra. And the reason for that was because we wanted skaters to become strong as individuals as well. So it was a total of 16 hours per week. Okay, next question is favorite competition to compete in? Worlds, nationals, and every single international competition. Favorite outfit you have worn? Oh, it's so hard because there's so many dresses and I love so much. But I'm going to take the recent one, which we actually wore last year, and I actually have it right here. We had this dress during our free program last year, and we skated to the theme, a vampire night, I believe, but it was vampires. And I love this dress so much. I really, really love it. So this is how it looks like. Let me just see if I can fold it out. But here we have it. This was our free program dress last year. So you have this sort of a choker. You have the red color and the black, and it's like sort of raining down stones, if you say that, red stones, white stones, and also blue stones, because black stones, you can't really see them on ice, so that's why we use blue stones. But they spray painted this red part, and you have this mesh, like black mesh sleeves, and then in the back you have this sort of diamond shaped back with also more stones, because we all love glitter. You have a black skirt, and then you have a little cut here at the side, and then underneath we have a red skirt to represent a little bit blood. But this is absolutely one of my absolute favorite dresses I've ever worn. It's so, so gorgeous, and it's really comfortable actually. And a fun fact is that every single detail we have on our dress, like this choker and all the stones, I've actually put them on. We have a seamstress that actually does all our dresses, but she does just the basics, and then the spray paint, we actually had a mother who did it, which thank God that she's so creative, because she actually did spray paint these dresses, and then every single skater have to do all the details. I've actually stitched this choker, I've done the stones, and it's actually a really fun process because it's beautiful, you know, on the eyes, but it is a lot of work. As I said, I have so many dresses I love, but this is the most recent one, and I love it, and I'm going to miss wearing this one on competition because it is so, so beautiful. But yeah. Number 12, favorite memory so far. Wow, I have so many memories. One of my favorite memories is definitely winning nationals, and when I, became a part of the team for the first time, Team Spirit was always the second best. We always came second because we had a really big rival. And it had been like that for over 20 years. And then during 2015, we won for the very, very first time in history. And it was so incredible. I remember it so vividly, but I remember we were skating our short program, Broken Tango. We didn't really think that much. We were like, okay, let's just go out and do our best and hope for the best, basically. We had a really good feeling. We got off the ice, and we were, taking off the dress, just changing and drying our blades and stuff like that. And I remember our coaches were standing at the corner of our changing room, and they were just, scrolling on their phone, just looking at our points, and we were all talking to each other. And then suddenly our coaches just started to scream and jump up and down, and it was so funny because I remember all the skaters, we were just looking at each other and be like, I'm not getting it. Why are they screaming? And I remember in my head, I thought, oh, I think we maybe got, full level on every single, element we performed today. But after a while, I don't even know how we understood, but after a while, people just understood that we actually have done it. A few moments later, everybody screamed. Everybody cried with happy tears, and we just hugged each other. And we finally understood that we actually beat our biggest rival, and it had never happened before. So that was a joy, and I still remember it, and I actually get chills when I talk about it. It was actually a really beautiful memory. I forgot to say that, but the thing is that when it comes to the Worlds in synchronized skating, the top 5 countries are actually allowed to send 2 teams to participate in the Worlds, and Sweden is actually the top 5 country, so we have the privilege to actually send 2 teams. So 2 teams that are qualified to the Worlds have to also qualify as becoming Sweden 1 or 2. So Sweden 1 is the best one, and Sweden 2, is the second best. And you want to be Sweden 1, of course. And during that year, was actually the first time we became Sweden 1. I think that's my absolute favorite memory of all. That and like winning, as I said, nationals. I have so many memories that whenever I become a grandma, I will sit down with my grandkids and be like, back in the old days, or when I just sit with my kids, I'm just going to tell them all these stories I've had with all my teammates. It's a lot, like just stories from skating camp where we had bonfires, or all the you know, funny failures. We have had like all the bloopers and stuff like that. As I said, it's memories that have created with your teammates, and it's something I will cherish forever. Why do you like Synchro? Oh wow, that is a big question. I love Synchro because it gives you the opportunity to express yourself. It is a beautiful sport with a lot of different elements included. You can write a story. And not only that, I love Synchro because of all the teammates I've had and all the coaches I've had, because they become a second family. I literally spend more time with them than with my actual family. And all my coaches, they become like extra mothers. Teammates become sisters, and you have so many memories with each other. You travel with each other, you see the world together. You get to meet so many new people, and I love meeting new people. That's why I love international competition, for example, because you get to meet people from all around the world who share the same love as you do. So I have friends in Switzerland, in the US, in Australia, in England, in Finland, because we all share the same love for Synchro, and you meet them on every single international competition. It is like a reunion every competition, and it's so much fun. I love Synchro mainly because of all the friends that becomes family, and it becomes a second home. I mean, you share so many things with each other. You cry with each other. You cry happy tears with each other. You get angry with each other. You're there for each other whenever you're having a bad time. It's a second home, and that's why I love Synchro. What's your favorite program that you have performed so far? It is definitely the program where I showed you the creative, which comes from the program from 2 seasons ago. And it is from our free program, and the theme was Madhouse. It is such a great program. It's so dramatic, and there's so many like theatrical elements to it. I love this program so much because of how different it was. It was completely different from all the stereotypes figure skaters, which people think. And I always loved to perform it because it was just insanely crazy. I remember we were at this hockey game. We actually shows during the pause, and people have said that, oh, it's not really fun to do hockey games because the audience don't even sit down and look through it. And we did skate our free program, our Madhouse program. And I remember when this music starts, it starts with like a door creaks open, and it screams. It's just really wicked in a way. And I remember when I was looking around, you know, in the audience, people were stopping, you know, on the stairs, and they were just like, what's this? Because as I said, it's so far from the stereotypes where we skate to something sassy or skate to something beautiful. It is crazy and just insane. And then afterwards, the manager who actually, you know, helped us and organized this whole event, she was like, we have never seen that many people in the audience stay and look. I always loved to perform it because it was so different, and you get to be so crazy and scary, and I don't know, it was just eye-opening. Yeah, I just really loved it. That is my absolute favorite program. The last question is not a question that is related to Synchro, but it's just a general question, and that is, who are your favorite skaters? I have so many. Ice dancers. My favorite are Tessa and Scott Moir. I think you pronounce his last name like that. I love Queen Yuna. She is a flippin' legend. She's always been my favorite. She's not skating anymore, but she is forever in my heart. I actually met her. She's really nice. But Yuna Kim from Korea, and Mawasada, who is not skating anymore either. She's from Japan. Javier Fernandez from Spain. Yasuda Hanyu from Japan, and also Jason Brown from America. They are incredible, all of them. If I have a few programs that I really love, and I will share them in the description box so you guys can see it. So yes, you need to check them out because they're so good, and you really understand what figure skating is when you look at them. And that is actually all the questions. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you got a little bit more knowledge of what Synchro is, because as I said, it's a really small sport. And I'm thinking about doing more synchronized videos where I show you the program and I just share the background story to it. So give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do more synchronized skating videos, and also if you like this video, hit subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click the bell button if you want to be notified whenever I do post a new video. But yeah, I'll see you next Tuesday with a new video. Bye bye!